Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Well, looks like I'm back again, and it's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful night, um, and I'm just so happy to be able to share uh, what I've learned over the years with a few folk out there who are listeners, and it's really good. But as always, you already know that I always ask the audience out there that if you have a topic that you want to address on this show, please feel free to drop it in. Let me know what you want to talk about and what can happen in situations like that is that we can get a lot of folk in there calling in on certain things and being able, um, in a sense, to offer some advice to not just you, the audience, but to me, the host of this very show. So, I'm going to start doing it at the beginning of each show that some of you might be able to get a hold of some information or something that, you know, and turn this thing into a healing process for somebody else who is going through. Wouldn't you like to play a part in something like that? I dang on sure would. Because you know what? It makes my day much better when I realize that I was instrumental in helping to save somebody. It even helps me to rest at night. Because truth be told, I couldn't rest at night if I didn't. So now let me get on and talk about today's show. Today's show is about time wasters. I don't know about you, but how many folk have gotten on the bus and come into situations on the bus where people get on the bus and they love to stand at the front of the bus. I mean, they could get on the bus and there could be seats there. There could be much room in the rear of the bus. But people will get on the bus and literally stand right there in the front as folk are getting on or getting off. What gets me are folk who have the nerve that when people walk by them to either get on or get off, they bump them for whatever reason. And the person looks at them and say, do you know what the hell is your problem bumping me like that and whatever, whatever, and all this kind of stuff, stirring up some kind of argument of some kind with the person. And my thinking is, that person shouldn't have been standing there in the first place. I mean, it was a seat right there where they were standing. And they're going to argue with somebody trying to get through to get off the bus. And this is another thing that gets me. Why is it that when the bus stops to let people off, why are people standing up there getting on the bus while other people are trying to get off? You already know that when the bus stops, it's an indication somebody rung the bell and somebody's getting off that bus. But yet, you act like you don't have any sense. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and get on the bus. I don't care what that other person's doing. Right? Meaning no consideration. Foolishness, right? And let me start talking about the ones who argue on the bus. out of, it's dumb stuff all the time that they're arguing about. They arguing about somebody said something. They arguing about, somebody did something and all this and all that, and we're going to fight on the bus, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And here's the part that really gets me. You know who it is most of the time that's doing all this stuff? Negroes or Negroettes. Let the truth be told. I've seen this in different venues all over the place, where Negroes didn't know how to act. Now let me get off the bus situation for a minute. I was standing down there in front of, what's the name of that place? Oh, shucks, if it can come up. Oh, man, come on, the drug clank. God dang it, right there in South 401 Mount Clair Junction. Oh, shoot. And I can't bring up the name of it right now. Oh, shoot. But at any rate, they were all standing around, and these people were there giving out phones. And people were fighting, stepping over people trying to get to the phones. And the folks said, the folk were standing up there saying, you know what? We're not giving out any more phones because you folk don't know how to act. Don't act like you got any dang good common sense. And all this, you're going to be fighting and, jumping all in the line in front of people and all that kind of stuff, like you at the soup kitchen and all that kind of stuff, right? And they're just telling folks, yeah, ain't nowhere in the world. We ain't going to put up with this, we're leaving. Ain't nobody else getting a phone today. I mean, Negroes who don't know how to act. Now let me get back to the bus. I mean, here's the deal. Here's the one that really gets me. Here's the one I'm going to really address. How about the ones who get on the bus who dress so sedity all up and down, looking like, like they all dressed to kill and all that kind of stuff. And then they sit in a seat. And then if somebody gets on the bus who looks distasteful to them and sits next to them, they move over. I gotta get away from him. I gotta get away from her. Like you all that. Your butt stinks like anybody else's butt. Your arms stink like anybody else's arms. As a matter of truth, I have gotten on a bus my daggone self and sit next to such a person who's supposed to be Jones down or got daggone Rockefeller-ish, right? And they were clean. They were clean, good to go, all this kind of stuff until they opened their mouth and I was about to fall the hell out. Because their breath smelled like worse than anything I ever smelled in my life. I know one daggone thing, if somebody kissed them, it was all over with but the shout. You want to talk about puffing lip? Hey, don't let me find out AIDS can spread that way. Because when that person opened up their mouth to say something, Lord, I could have sworn I could have sworn I was in the Mississippi River. Because this is the thing that kills me about these folk. They so high sedity, supposed to have it all together, supposed to be all this and all that. And you know what? It ain't just older folk. You know what? It's younger ones too. They get on there like they all this, like they all that. Like they everything in the world. Let me help you understand something. Let me help you understand something real quick. Guess what? You ain't all that. Huh? I'm right up in your face. You ain't all that. Who died and made you everything to every damn body, Miss Dressed to Kill or Mr. Dressed to Kill, and you think you all that in a bag of chips, and you think you got it going on and all that. You ain't all that. So you need to pipe down and stinking self. Huh. You all that. You ain't all that. I could say some more about it, but shoot, the time gonna run out. For real, huh? And time wasters. Time wasters. I ain't got nowhere to go. Getting on the bus, bothering the driver. And you know, the driver talking to you, trying to hold up the respect, decorum, and all that kind of stuff. But some of them drivers, I'll be looking at them. And you know what? I know what a lot of them be saying. I wish this kid just shut up. I know this person, I know this person and all that kind of stuff. And all that, we know each other, this and that and whatever. I just wish they just shut the hell up and let me drive the bus. You know, they really trying to say it, but they don't really want to say it. But they really want to say it, but they don't say it. Something like that, you know. Because people get on there and be disturbing folk, causing all kinds of havoc, causing all kinds of trouble, standing at the front of the bus where there are many seats in the back. I mean, what did Rosa Parks fight for? The other lady that got on the bus, what did she fight for? For folk to sit at the back of the bus. But yet we got folk who want to stand up there and be crowded all up in the front of the bus. All up on top of the drivers. All and time wasters. Ain't going nowhere, ain't doing nothing. You know, and here's the thing I never thought I'd see. But you know what? I've seen something similar to it. And actually it's kind of funny in a way, but it's not really that funny. But get this. Here's the deal. Somebody walks up to the bus. The bus, they trying to pull off and they hollering, hey, I want to get on the bus. And they catch up with the goddamn bus, right? But yet they got to hold the door open for their friend. My friend is coming down the street. Or she down the street. You know. And this person can barely walk almost sometimes, whoever the person is, because they high or something or drunk. And they trying to struggle to get to the bus a half block away. Time wasters, okay? I can go on and on about time wasters because there's been many of those around. And it's troubling because other folk who really got jobs, who ain't sitting home on unemployment or welfare, or a social security check, there are people who are actually trying to go to work, and their time is being wasted. They wind up late for work for some fool who don't know how to act. Ridiculous, right? Sure it is. And there's more. There is more. But you know what? I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to come up with another topic next week. This is another Hot Rod special. Everyone, take good care. Have a good one.